Amanzi, and with the Akadop Band, we'll be serenading you this evening. Enjoy. I'm nowhere close to a perfect girl, and it takes a supernatural love to even understand that beyond the walls, behind the mask and confident smile, is a broken heart trying to grow up and make life worthwhile. But I know there were times when you probably wouldn't. But I thank you for always loving me. And I know anyone else, they probably wouldn't. But I thank you for always loving me. And I know there were days I looked at myself. I felt like less of a person compared to everyone else. What about this flow? Too big, too small? Can I exchange? And trying to make up for where I fell short, I let sense slip away. When I look in the mirror and don't like what I see, oh, I just thank you for always loving me. And I know I get bad, but you wait patiently. I wanna thank you for always loving me. Yeah, I wanna thank you for always loving me. You just keep loving me. Sing, loving me. Thank you for loving me. Yeah, loving me. I wanna thank you for loving me. Yeah. Oh yeah, yes, I wanna thank you for always. Though I know I don't have everything that it takes, you keep loving me. Yeah. And regardless of every mistake that I make, you keep loving me. Yeah. And I know it doesn't matter what I do or say, you keep loving me. Oh, even with the pimples on my face, you keep loving me. Yeah. You just keep loving me. Yeah, loving me. I wanna thank you for loving me. Yeah. Ooh, loving me. Yeah. Oh yes, I thank you for always loving me. Sing, though I know I don't deserve it, you keep on loving me. Sing, though I know I didn't do nothing for it, you keep on loving me. Even when I really didn't love myself, yes, you just keep. Oh, in spite of me, oh, you just keep loving me. Oh, I thank you for always loving me. This is a song I wrote called Beautiful Reality. The older we get, the less you need me, and that's okay. The farther you get, the more I live in past regrets. But who's to say we'd be happier if you had stayed? For time is bait, we tend to pray while it's too late. I guess we'll never know the depth of our eternity. I'll just hold on to our beautiful reality. reality. I guess we'll never know the depth of our eternity. I'll just hold on to our beautiful reality. You say that we're good, I couldn't agree more. I lied, I wish I could, but I think we had more than store. Then it all poured on the floor. Yeah, I guess we'll never know the depth of our eternity. I'll just hold on to our beautiful reality. I guess we'll never know the depth of our eternity. I'll just hold on to our beautiful reality. Beautiful reality. Beautiful reality. Now I would like the band to join me as we continue singing songs that you probably know. So don't be shy, you can sing along, right? Yeah. Siyakutamba Shengengelosi Nezurini Siyazitoba Mambi kwa baba Zina zijiui Nkosi Yezulu Ungundali Walomtaba Ubu Sapat Napezulu Konke Gumi Gawe Baba Wahalalela Sing. I remember when we used to say in the government barn in Trenchtown, over observing the hypocrites, chilling with the good people need. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Yeah. No beautiful. Her shadow is poetic. No Photoshop or edit her. Mama needs some credit. Her mind conversation is engaging. When I say that it's my baby, they say I must be crazy. Many tried, she chose I, guilty by association. I am fly, she glides my side, guilty by association. I am fly. Baby girl, you gave me your cool, you gave me your swag. The day I had you in the back, Bazachi Balanisa, Elohim Chikwati Sonim Paka Imfa. Oh, so Mr. Officer, I am guilty of copying her. Hope you feel me. I testify, I can deny your voice. Many tried, she chose I, guilty by association. I am fly, she glides by my side, guilty by association. I am fly, yes, I am fly, yes, I am fly, oh, many tried, she chose I, guilty by association. I am fly, she glides by my side, guilty by association. I am fly, yes. Looking out in the morning grace, I used to feel so uninspired. When I thought I had to face another day, oh Lord, it made me feel so tired. I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for, 'cause you become my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman, when our life was in the lost and found. You came along and you claimed it. I didn't know what was wrong with me. But your love, it came and lifted me. Yeah. And I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for. 'Cause you become my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman. Baby, what you do to me, do to me. Oh, you make me feel so good inside. And I just wanna be. But you make me feel. 'Cause you make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman. You make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman. Baby, what you do to me? What you do to me? Oh, you make me feel so good inside. You make me feel so good inside, good inside, confident. I can smile, I can smile, I can smile. Whoa, 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 natural woman, a natural woman. You make me feel so good inside. Oh, hey, yeah. How many women in the house feel so amazing to be natural women? Don't you feel amazing? You do? Amazing. Awesome.
Lower to the sound downers. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. This is Plan International 5-year strategy launch. My name is Malaika. I'm one of your hosts for today, and next to me is the beautiful.
My name is Apili Nelly. You can call me the co-MC today. I'm here with a beautiful lady, Malaika, like her name.
Baby, send money. I don't want compliments. All right. Are we ready to start? So we're going to have a little bit of fun. with learning and education. So what our intention today is to make sure that everyone lives with a smile, but with a lot of knowledge of what is to come next. So if you keep looking around the area where you're seated, just around you, keep seeing the words learn, decide, and lead. Now those three words are the answers to these questions we're going to ask. Up first, I have this really handsome gentleman. Come and join me, sir. This, what's your name, sir?
I'm Andrew Jongo.
What do you do?
I'm from Youth Link Africa.
Andrew from Youth Link Africa. We're going to make sure that we network today as well. I'm going to ask you a very simple question. Children, adolescents, youth acquire quality education. What is that under?
That is under learn.
Correct! A round of applause for him. It is under learn, and he gets himself a gift from Plan International Uganda. Hey, it's exciting, Leo. Exciting.
Oh, thank you. I'm very excited. Thank you very much. And Plan International.
Oh, it's an honor to meet you as well, Andrew. So we have this gift. There we go. Congratulations. You can open it. I also wonder what a don't, the people are going to beg you. Don't show them. They're going to beg you. You go and hide next. You won this fair and square. Congratulations. You're free to go and now interact. Now, who do we have next? Faiza? Come join me. Hi, Faiza. Now, Faiza and I are sisters in one way or the other. Because I used to work for KFM in the morning, and now she works for KFM in the morning.
Absolutely. Excited to be here. Thank you, Malaika.
But please listen to Capital FM in the afternoon. That's where the fun is. Sure. All right. Faiza, like I said, the answer is either learn, lead, or decide, right? So, promote the protection of girls from child early and forced marriages. What would that be under?
Decide.
Say that again.
Decide.
Are you sure? Your answer has a question mark at the end. Decide.
Okay. Say the question again.
All right, let's do this again. Promote the protection of girls from child early and forced marriages. Your answer.
So the answer can either be learn, decide, or lead. I think it's decide.
Correct! Congratulations, Faiza. Very correct. There we go. You get yourself a gift. Thank you, Mr. JB. Hand over. Well done. Thank you. The girl child keeps winning, and I love it. Now, Apili is going to take over the next two questions.
I'm waiting for the next person who is a child like me. Special, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. Feel very free. This is our day. So, my question is, build organizational capital of youth groups and organizations and support social moments. Now, your answers, lead, learn, decide. You have the best options. Your first answers are ever correct. Can you please pardon them? The question is, build organizational capital of youth group and organizations and support social movements.
The answer is lead.
Oh my God, she gets it right. You
The answer is
deserve a
lead.
gift. So, It's actually getting interesting here. So I'll be inviting Livingstone to come on stage for the next question. You're most welcome. You're most welcome, Wilson. So my question to you is, children, adolescents, and youth get age-appropriate and gender-sensitive information and education to make informed choices about their bodies. What is your answer?
Learn. Children, what? Learn.
Well, I'll repeat the question again. The question is, children, adolescents, and youth get age-appropriate and gender-sensitive information and education to make informed choices about their bodies. What is your answer?
Side.
I am winning. Seriously, I'm winning.
Yes, decide. Now I want to talk to, who are we having next? Julie, who are we having next? Julie. Hi, Julie. Hi, Julie. Be with me, my dear. Charles, could you join me here? Charles? Charles, is Charles there? Is Charles coming? Perfect. Oh, smart gentleman. You seem smart enough to know the answer before I ask the question. What's the answer? I'm messing with you. All right, quite simply, youth supported to acquire skills they need to succeed in life and make a decent living.
That is learn.
Chawe did learn. I told you were smart. You knew the answer. Charles, congratulations. You get a gift from Plan International Uganda. Ooh, we have a doctor in the house, Dr. Jessica. Welcome, doctor. Welcome. Now you can't fail, because if you fail, can we trust you? Who to ask you the question? You fear me. Apili, ask the doctor.
I'm honored. Actually, I'm very honored. So, doctor, your question goes like this. Supporting access and utilization of quality sexual reproductive health and rights and gender-based violence and response services. The answers are either lead, supporting. The answers are either lead, learn, or decide, and you move away with your gifts. I can't cheat. I'll repeat.
You see, doctor, if you had let me ask you, my question was simpler.
Decide.
The
She
doctor's
takes
in the
it, she
house.
takes the
Yes. I feel like this.
Where you're standing, it also depends on where you're standing. Point of view.
You, that is true. That is.
Spider, then I'm thinking, then if I'm the person, then I'm deciding.
There we go. Gotten some extra knowledge. I knew there was something about having the doctor here. And next, who do we have? Naomi. Oh, come here, Naomi. Let's do this. Looking pretty in pink. Hi, Naomi. You also want to choose who's going to ask? Sure, it is me. What are you going to do? It is me. Malaikas stand together. We are the Malaikas. All right. So support youth's collective action for human rights, equality, and climate change. What is the answer?
Lead.
Hey, you see? Pretty in pink for Naomi. Congratulations. There you go. You came without a gift, you live with a gift. and knowledge.
Maureen, you're most welcome. Yay! Maureen is coming. Maureen is coming. Maureen is coming. So, Maureen, your question goes: linking young people to green innovations with market-oriented technical and business skills.
Maureen looks scared. Why?
Can you please pardon? Linking young people to green innovations with market-oriented technical and business skills.
Lead.
When you think skills, what do you think? Where do you get skills from? What are you usually doing when you acquire skill?
Learn.
There we go. Correct. She got it right. I'm a good teacher, aren't I? Yeah, I'm good. I have given myself props. So Plan International, that's another role I can do. I can teach. So we have our next person. Who are we asking next? Oh, if we could have Iveta. Oh, nice. Come, why are you gifting yourself? You're coming to answer the question. Well, she's answering the question. Oh, I thought Iveta was answering. I was going to ask her for the mass of the sun. Are we ready?
You're most welcome. So your question goes: parenting education is a foundation of PIUS, early childhood development. Your answers are simple: lead, learn, decide.
Learn.
Oh my God! Seriously, who is not going to miss this gift?
No one is missing out. I like that dance. I like that dance. Yeah. That's what's up. And lastly, can we have our last person? Can we have all our winners? We didn't give you these gifts for free. We have accountability. Please, we must show that we gave you gifts. Please come with your gift from Andrew, Charles, Livingston, Naomi, Pfizer. Please come join us. Come join us with your gift. We'd like to take a picture with the country director and the team right here. There we go. Smiling, happy. Naomi is here. The doctor. Where's Dr. Jessica? The whole team is here. The doctor is in the house. I like this. I actually have one more question. Does someone want to attempt? Please come. Come. You don't want to miss out. Shtamahan. So children, adolescents, and youth have better protection from early pregnancy and sexual and gender-based violence.
Decide.
Correct. Please give him his gift. And he stands with us all. Let's have this picture moment. And there we go with our gift. Congratulations. Wellin. Big smiles winning. No nugu. Clap your hands. Everyone had the opportunity. Jealousy won't get you anywhere. Clap for your friends. Congratulations. So this country strategy, 5-year strategy launch is different. Apili and I are going to be doing a workout today. The stages are three different stages. Again, I'd like to welcome you. And now that we have, broken the ice a little bit and learned a little bit one or two things, I'd like to reintroduce myself. My name is Malaika. It's the name I was actually given. It's not a stage name. My parents knew when I was born that I was going to be a star. Here am I, no? Even if you don't say yes. Me, I already know. And I'm here with the beautiful girl representative. Tell them your name.
My name is Apeli Nelly. Very honored to be the co-MC with Malaika. It has been a dream come true. Really, how can I not be happy being with her?
Oh, so sweet. Next time, come with an envelope to show me how happy you are. Yeah.
I'll do
This happiness of just smiling with no money. Well, today we are celebrating different things. Of course, it is the 5-year strategy launch. But importantly, I'd like for you to put a round of applause to Plan International for the 85 years of servitude. It is absolutely amazing. I think every one of you got an opportunity to walk through the maze and just go through the journey of 85 years. But for Uganda, it is 30 years, since 1992. You need to understand, there are children who Plan International started with who are adults now. They're no longer youth. That is how amazing this is. And tonight, I want to make sure that we understand that we girls are standing strong, creating the global change. We'll also be making sure that we are environmental friendly. That is a mission that we are a part of as Plan International. Now, we are going to be growing to champion saving the environment. Now, both boys and girls, I need you to remember this, both boys and girls deserve the right to realize their full potential. But often, it's the girls that are affected. Let's not lie about that. Isn't that true?
True.
It is very true. Now, we want to work with the boys and girls to achieve life transformation for the most vulnerable girls. So it's all teamwork. It's not one side versus the other. Is that what we're going to do after tonight? Is that our mission tonight? Fantastic. Now, right now, I'd like for us to invite our country director, Ms. Iveta, who has been ready for the last, I don't know how many months, and now the moment is here. The team has done a great job. A round of applause for Ms. Iveta. I would have attempted to say your last name, but I wanted to get paid, so I left it out. Could you please teach us how they say your last name?
Good evening, everyone. So my name is Uvri, Iveta Uvri.
All right, Iveta it is. All right.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me, and I hope you can see me. We have some help from the digital technology here. At the end of the day, we are in the 21st century, and as Plan International, we are working with young people, and as we all know, young people are much more advanced in the digital technology than we are. So I would like to welcome you all to this event. I would like to welcome the representative of the ministries. We were hoping, and we are still waiting for our chief guest, the Minister of Gender, Labor and Social Development, Honorable Betty Amongi, to arrive. I'm sure she will be arriving shortly. But in the meantime, welcome to the representative of the ministries, members of parliament, ambassadors and embassy representatives, representatives of UN agency and civil society organization, representative of faith leaders, children and young people. It is great to see so many of you here tonight. We see here partners from the government, parliament, civil society, development partners, children and young people. We are particularly proud to welcome our new Chief Executive Officer, Stephen Amolo, for this important event. I know he is excited to be back in Uganda and have a chance to directly interact with all of you. We very much hope that tonight you have some fun, but also come away having learned something and having made a new connections. The event was designed together with some of the young people we work with, and we hope that useful spirit connects with all of you this evening. So why are we here tonight? We are here to celebrate 3 important milestones for Plan International. First, this year in 2020, we mark 85 years of Plan International existence globally. It is 85 years since the organization was started by a British journalist, John Langdon Davis, in response to the horrors he witnessed during the Spanish Civil War. At that time, he had a vision to help children affected by conflict. Since then, the organization has grown and developed, now working in around 80 countries around the world. The second milestone we are celebrating this year is 30 years of Plan International here in Uganda. We also entered Uganda to respond to conflict. We first opened our offices in Luvero in 1992, following the conclusion of the Bush War. Since then, we have grown to work across many districts and impact the lives of hundreds of thousands of children and young people. We have built expertise across education, health, protection from violence, and many other areas, working closely with girls, boys, communities, government, and many different partners. We have worked closely with government at all levels to contribute to policies, to programs, and to deliver together. I want to recognize and acknowledge many of those partners and representatives of government that are here this evening. We look forward to continue the partnership and working together for children and girls of Uganda. Finally, the third milestone, we are here to launch our new country strategy, and we are very proud and excited to share more details about what we are going to do in the next 5 years with you tonight. I hope as you were coming here to this ballroom, you walked through the maze and you were able to look what we have done in the 85 years of Plan existence, in 30 years of Plan existence here in Uganda. And I hope you interacted with our staff and learned about us. As we were developing our new country strategy, we went through an extensive process of consultation to arrive at where we are today. We talked to children, we talked to families, partners, stakeholders across Uganda. We reviewed data and we reviewed research and spoke to experts, development partners, and colleagues in the government to understand the situation and understand where we can do the best contribution. I'm sure that many of you in this room were engaged in that conversation, so thank you for sharing your thoughts. We were very keen to focus our offerings to Uganda and build on those areas where you see as the strongest and we feel what we can add. Our strategy has been designed to achieve the goal, and the goal is children and youth, especially girls, develop their full potential in communities that promote their rights and gender equality. To reach this goal, we are focusing on 2 main programs, Learn and Decide. And you have heard those 2 words, learn and decide, already many times this evening. Learn is about focusing on early childcare, on inclusive and quality education, on safer and more gender-responsive schools, life skills building, and social protection for poor families. Decide is about focusing on protection of girls from child, early, and forced marriage and sexual violence. It is also about enabling access to sexual reproductive health and sexual and gender-based violence, age-appropriate information and services. The foundation of this is what we call LEAD, which is the third word you have been seeing around and hearing tonight. It is about children and young people as active drivers of change. We know that to achieve sustainable positive change in lives of children and youth, we need to engage young people as leaders and support them in shaping their own future. We have a lot of experience working with young people, as I hope you are witnessing in the spirit and content of today's event. Finally, we have also designed our new country strategy to be green country strategy. We want to reduce the environmental impact of our operations. We also want to build our programs with climate change lens at the forefront. We want to make an important contribution to addressing one of the biggest challenges of our time and to support Uganda to navigate climate change in the future. So what is to come tonight? This evening we have an exciting program. There will be music, there will be art, there will be fun, and there will be even cake. We will learn a bit more about our history in Uganda and hear from some of our biggest supporters over the years. We will hear from one of the girls we work with, and we will also hear directly from our Global Chief Executive Officer, Stephen Omolo. We will also welcome our guest of honor, the Minister of Gender, Labor and Social Development, Honorable Betty Amongi, to officially launch our country strategy. After that, I hope you will stay around to meet someone new and talk with our staff about the work we are doing and our vision for the next 5 years in Uganda. Once again, thank you so much for coming and for demonstrating your commitment to Plan International and for joining us to work together for children and girls in Uganda. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Iveta, for those few remarks. Now, I don't have much to say, but it is a special occasion, it is a special day. Really, Plan 30 years in Uganda. We are honored for all these 30 years in Uganda. Allow me make this beautiful, beautiful, exciting moment that we are going through. I'll be inviting the Nieto Project girls. For many of you who are wondering what Nieto is a Kiswahili word which means ours. Megwa, chafe. It is ours, like the youth. These girls and men are beautiful. They are talented. They advocate through music, the voices. Allow me welcome the Nieto Girls Project advocates. We'll be turning around.
Yeah, let the culture grow. Hey, yeah. Ooh. Hey, hey. It's the Nieto Youth Program representing Vidigiadam. King herself, let's go.
Yenitara medihi makwandi dame mito no tuju.
Yeah, baby.
I
don't wanna go right now. My body too young right now, no, no. Why you tryna rush me, mama? Dada, talk to me now. We don't have to do this, no, no, no. Don't nobody feel my pain, no. Slow down, don't make me wanna run away. Slow down, you're breaking down this future. Slow down, you're not ready for change this picture coming down. God has a plan in scripture. Don't make me wanna run away. You're breaking down this future. You don't wanna change this picture. Coming on. God has a plan in scripture.
I better pinch your time to Nino better nini Kuro daro en rumdo Wachen we goyoto No amare No waripe Eto man Anyaga pegi nano chala wobi Pegi wano chala wobi Jomo kene pegi nano chala wobi do
I'm Pristasia. We gonna join the struggle by force. We gotta restore human dignity, of course. To all the parents who marry children by force, you're denying children their rights, you should stop. And this old school team of fellow youths, NBC, this is the way to go. Abstain, be faithful, or you can use a condom. Life is so precious, for real, it's the richest. Only pregnancy can kill all your dreams. NBC, this is the way to go. Abstain, be faithful, or you can use a condom. NBC, this is the way to go.
Slow down, don't make me wanna run away. Slow down, you're breaking down this picture. Me not ready for change this picture. Coming on, God has a plan in scripture. Slow down, don't make me wanna run away. Slow down, you're breaking down this future. Slow down, me don't wanna change this picture. Coming on, God has a plan in scripture.
Chino chafe buvunanyizibwa for you and me. As a parent, as a teacher, for the children. Twegate wamu tukolere wamu tusachimu hey tomugaba muleka sume ye mamo wencha mukulembese munyweze yini tara mejihi makwani kami mitono tuchu jayani doi como kichawani yini konyoki yini toro mewilobo tuchu akwana tenwa windogo nywali waki abazire chemba saba mukendezo bukambwe bana mubafule emikwano gyembe waliwo kyebabakoba bayorisera babatya edofesi enkambwe n'emigo bibatisa nsaba mukyusemu muba muwulirira emigo tirobozi.
Slow down, don't make me wanna run away. Slow down, you're breaking down this picture. Me not ready for change this picture. Coming on, God has a plan in scripture. Slow down, don't make me wanna run away. Slow down, you're breaking down this picture. Slow down, me don't wanna change this picture. Coming on, God has a plan in scripture.
Washington.
To make sure I get to the microphone. Another round of applause for Nietu. Isn't that amazing what they've done? Absolutely fantastic. The message is a message that I think each and every one of us needs. Be the light. The people you look up to, those people you want to be like, it is going to be you tomorrow. So educate yourself now. You know, surround yourself with people who you believe are heading in the right direction you want to go in. They say that your life is the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So, look into your life. Those people you party after party, people you're just always borrowing money from you. Is that the life you want for yourself? No. So this is the room, this is the kind of rooms you want to be in. And speaking of Plan International Uganda, it's 85 years globally, but in Uganda, it is 30 years. And it has not been possible just by the team alone, no. With cheerleaders, partners, people who have supported the vision from day one. One of them being the Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, the first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for the East African Community Affairs. And she has a message that she wants to share with you. Please turn your attention to the screens. Could we kindly have sound?
When I move around the country,
And in the last 30 years, both the government and plan has been a journey of strong partnership, of commitment, of innovation, and it's such that when I move around the country and I see the logo of the little blue logo, I know that plan has been here, plan has done some work, whether it's a school or it is water. So it's been really great, and they chose some of the disadvantaged parts of the country. Tororo at the border, Lira in the middle of the country, Busoga, which, as you know, has a certain amount of poverty levels. So a lot has been done, especially in the Kamuli and Wuyende, because this is a part of the cultural corridor, and the characteristics of life in the cultural corridor are different from the characteristics in other parts of the country. So the need to support the girl children is much, much higher in those areas. So the location of schools deep in the rural areas has made it possible for children to continue school, and others to go to school who would not have been able to go to school because the schools are very far distant, and also the provision of sanitation facilities, which are very essential for the welfare of the children. In addition to that, in these 30 years, apart from working with the rural communities, within Busoga, they have partnered with the cultural institution. They've supported the annual retreat of the kingdom. I think for the last 3-4 years, they have been partners with the Kingdom of Busoga to take children through a retreat where they teach about manners, good manners, how to work, how to behave, how to dress, and so on. So it's been a very fruitful partnership. So I'm really happy about it. They're I think my most dependable partners in the country. If you take away the last 3-4 years of the COVID pandemic, things were more predictable, but as we talk now, the demographics have changed, the situation has changed. We have a lot more children out of school, a lot more children who have become child mothers in the country owing to the pandemic. So both the government and plan need to design new strategies to ensure that these children are able to live but also able to continue with their studies. The children of now are lucky that they have asked for role models. In my time, we had no role models. We learned by practice. So I want to just inform them that we have to go through all the steps, going through the school, making sure you finish the primary school, complete the secondary school, the high school, the university, and so on. So they should focus on first doing school as much as possible, both the ordinary school but also the vocational training if necessary. But they need to plan to be self-reliant first so that they're able to look after themselves. They should not grow up with the dependency syndrome. They should be able to try to be independent. I think that would be my advice.
As we look back on 30 years of Plan International in Uganda, it's exciting to reflect on how we've grown and evolved over these years and all the achievements since that initial relief operation in Luwero district in 1992. We've worked with hundreds of thousands of children and young people, their families and their communities across Uganda with a focus on improving children's well-being and realization of their rights. We've had tremendous achievements in supporting protection of children, access to quality learning, all the way through from early childhood, primary and secondary, and access to learning opportunities for adolescents and youth as well. We've had a very strong focus on keeping children and young people healthy, and above all, gender equality and equality for girls.
Young people's voices have been included, so it's one way of achieving sustainable development goals.
This work has meant developing all kinds of productive partnerships at all kinds of levels with youth organizations, local civil society, local governments, and ministries at the national level. We're really proud of the achievements we've made working with government on their policies and plans. So over the next 5 years, we're going to build on our experience and tested models to support children and young people to learn, to access quality education from early childhood through to adolescence and youth. And we're also going to support young people to be informed and to make decisions about their bodies and their lives, and ultimately support gender equality and provide a platform for girls to stand strong and to realize their rights and to lead a movement towards gender equality. Across all of this, we have a really strong focus on putting children and young people at the forefront, to support them to engage with their communities, engage with their governments, and really lead the kind of change we want to see, the realization of opportunities to learn and decide, and gender equality for all Ugandans. So we're going to continue to put partnership at the center of our work, building on our existing relationships with civil society and with government, because we know that working in partnership is critical to achieving our ambitious aims with this country's strategy. We're going to put a renewed focus on working with youth organizations, supporting young people to be leaders, to drive the kind of change they want to see, and we will help them through new models of working with youth civil society, supporting them to also drive outcomes around learn and decide in our country strategy. So we've worked with partners and communities and our staff across the country to develop this new strategy. And I'm really excited that everyone's really behind, and I think we're going to achieve fantastic things over the next 5 years.
In the last 30 years, both the government and plan has been journey.
Welcome back from that beautiful moment where we've seen one of the beautiful ladies who inspire the young adolescent girls. Now, 30 years of Plan International in Uganda has been a great journey for us, the youth, not only girls, but boys outside there. Many of you would wonder why the song was in a mixture of different languages. That is what Plan is doing. We are connecting all over Uganda, north, west, central. That is the beautiful connection of Plan International. Before I throw the ball to you, Malaika, what do you see? Do you see where we are going? Because I see a beautiful, I don't know, I can't even say it. It's very beautiful. Like where we are going, I see connection.
This is true. I agree with you. I had the honor and privilege to be able to look through the strategy, and I will say this, the plan that is there for Uganda for the next 5 years is something that I don't even want to spoil it for the people. I know Mr. Stephen Omolo will handle that perfectly to let people, and already Iveta has given you an insight of where the direction we're trying to take. But I'd like to welcome you, Honorable. Welcome, a round of applause for our Honorable who's in our presence. Truly, truly appreciate you for making the time. I'm the kind of person, this is a different kind of event. It's not like all other strategy meetings where you sit, people yawn, you're tired, it's banange. By the time you finished, the one thing you remember is you drank soda, but you don't remember what happened. So I want us to shake us up a little bit. I'm going to ask everyone to please stand, just stand. Let's have fun a bit. Just stand with me. If you're on a stool, stand. I know it looks like you're standing, but you're not. Okay, so when I say something that is true to you, you take a seat. Ready? It's very easy, like let me just test this. If your name starts with the letter X, have a seat. There is no Xavier or xylophone around, I'm sure. All right. You get it? Great. Awesome. So let's now quickly. If you have worked with Plan International in any capacity for longer than 10 years, have a seat. Ah, there we go. Even the honorable is already sitting. I like this. Uh-huh. Fantastic. Are you ready? The next one. If you have worked on a project that is about empowering the girl child, have a seat. The lies you've told, Mama. Just because you retweeted doesn't mean you won the project. Because you used the hashtag doesn't mean you won the project. But I'm happy to see that most of you had a seat. Now, if you are happy to be here, take a seat. Some people have stayed standing. What can we do? We have given you drinks. We have given you food. What else can we do to make you happy? No, everyone has sat down now. Are we good now? Broken the ice a little bit. Great. I'm going to ask us to set up the cake because we're now going to move on to the next part of our event. We're going to be celebrating our 30 years of Plan International Uganda. And while that is being set up, I'm going to be asking our guest of honor. We'll also have our CEO, our country director, our GAL representative to join us in the cake cutting ceremony. I'm going to ask the cake be brought onto the stage, please. I know the plates keep being piled on, but if that could be sorted out. While that is being sorted out, I'm going to ask Apili here to please tell me a little bit more about herself. How did you get to start working with Plan International Uganda?
Well, if you tell me to speak, I won't stop. It has been a great journey. Now, from where I started, no one would believe that I would stand in front here and be me, speak in front of big people, yes. I would love to thank Gala Initiative Uganda, first and foremost, for the great work they've done. Really, they've done wonders. And they're the reasons why I stand in front and speak bold as a young girl. My journey has been through them. I was this shy girl, full of anger and depression because of the violence that Plan right now is trying to stop in communities. My joining Gallup Initiative Uganda was a life-changing moment for me. It transformed me to a jolly me, a happy me, ever excited to meet different people and get to learn more from them. I went through the Adolescent Girls Program, that is AGP in short. After the Adolescent Girls Program, I had to let go of the old version of me, the old version of anger, pain, and depression. I graduated to Big Sister Network. My graduation promoted me to another level. Not only to be there as a picture or as a person, but also to mentor my other fellow girls. Now, also Gallup Initiative Uganda has this beautiful, beautiful thing that we don't only work with girls, but boys also. We are trying to create an environment where everyone has a choice to make his or her decision. We have to help each other. If the boys are helping the girls to advocate for their rights, we as the girls also help the boys to advocate for their rights. True? Yeah, we have men in the house who are also advocating for the young girls and women. That's why everything here is a connection. So getting to know Plan was through Gallup when I was in P7, when they invited me to take the CEO of Pep's company. It was my first moment to work with Plan International. I was very happy, though nervous at that time, but to the extreme happiness I was. Being there, I represented very many girls, and they were proud of me. But at the back of my mind, I knew that we still had issues that affect us as girls, where I had to make a choice, not to fight for myself, not to be selfish, but also to think of my sisters back there. Not to take much of the time. I said if I start speaking, I'll speak and speak and speak and we'll stay here for almost the whole day. As we are getting ready, let me speak few about the pillars that will be launched today: the lead, learn, and decide. To me, as a young teenager, what it means to me. In decision making, we as teenagers are never given the chance to make our own decisions. What Plan is doing is to open the eyes of people outside there that we are able to make decisions, because we'll be followed up by our elders to help us, guide us to make the right decisions. That is what Plan is trying to enlighten here, that not only shall we do things without our parents' consent, but want their full support to help us in decision making in what we want. I'll give an example. For example, okay, thank you so much. I'll be brief and short. Thank you very much for the opportunity given to me. Malaika, back to you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the presence of two great women. We do have Honorable Sarah Pendi here and our guest of honor, Honorable Betty Amongi. And in that juncture, I'd ask us to rise to our feet, all protocol observed, and respect the national anthems.
Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hand. United, free for liberty, together we'll always stand. Oh, Uganda, the land of freedom, our love and leather we'll give, and with neighbors all on our country's calling, peace and friendship we live. Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
We may take our seats. And now we can always plan. They always say man plans, God laughs. So we can all make all these plans, all these strategies, but when we're not in a room with decision makers, it's almost pointless. So we would like to appreciate the two honorables ministers who are here with us. I know you're part of the decision makers and you can influence some of the strategies that have been set forward today. We truly appreciate you being here. We're celebrating 30 years, yes, of Plan International in Uganda. And what is a celebration without cake? One of my favorite things in the world. Allow me welcome on the stage. We'll have our girl representative, which is Miss Apili. Then we'll also have our country director, Miss Iveta. Please join me on the stage. We then have our Chief Executive Officer for Plan International, Mr. Stephen Omolo, who has come all the way for this event, and we truly appreciate you. His first time in Uganda? If it's not your first time, we shall have a word. And of course, our guest of honor, if you could join us, Honorable Betty Amongi. And I'd also ask Honorable Sarah if you could join us on the stage for the cake cutting. You had better smile and clap for them. Will you get cake? They're the ones who are in charge of cutting it right now. So I'm going to ask them, we're going to have this opportunity. If you could just come close to the cake, we'll have a photo moment as well. I hope that we're ready with the applause when we're counting down. Should we count down from 30? May I please have Munir, who's a representative for UNICEF? Could I have a representative from the Norwegian Embassy? And a representative from Annabelle, Belgium. Yes. Thank you so much. Join us for this moment. And we kindly have Ms. Flavia Kabahenda, who is the chairperson for the Gender Committee. We're going to have a full house here. Please join us. We're going to wait for everyone to be here. Ms. Flavia Kabahenda, if you could join us. We're waiting for everyone to be here before we do the countdown all the way. Should we start from 85 or from 30? And then we have everyone here. Mr. Munir is here. We have a representative from the Norwegian Embassy. Great. Awesome. Counting down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations! Congratulations to Plan International Uganda. 30 years of excellence and a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this together. As we celebrate the 85 years globally, the 30 years in Uganda, tonight is all about the launch of the new country strategy, the 5-year plan. And now we're going to go into it. Like I mentioned, we do have our Chief Executive Officer of Plan International, who's come all the way, a very, very jolly and very energetic, tall gentleman that I've had the honor of meeting, Mr. Stephen Omolo. By the way, it's Stephen with the PH. He's cool like that. Don't get it twisted. So as they cut up the cake, I'm going to ask Mr. Stephen Omolo to join Apili on the other stage because we're mixing it up. We are here, now we are there. We're not going to keep you, we're going to keep you on your toes the entire evening. We're going to have a conversation between Apili, who is the girl representative, and Mr. Stephen Omolo. We're going to be talking about the Plan International, maybe what he sees in the future for the strategy, what he has experienced, and what he hopes to see for Uganda in the future. Again, I want to appreciate each one of you for making the time to come. Today, we're going to make sure we live when we've learned something, we know something, but most importantly, we've enjoyed the evening. Learn, decide, lead. I'm going to ask the cameras, once you're ready, you're focused on Apili, are you ready? I'm handing over to you now and Mr. Stephen Omolo. Once you tell me on the microphone that you're ready, everyone is going to turn their attention to you. You can turn your attention to the screens if you can't look all the way to the back.
I'm ready.
Fantastic.
so much for this great opportunity. Thank you, Mr. Steven Omolo. I'm privileged to sit and have this one-on-one conversation with you. And welcome to Uganda.
Thank you very much, Nelly.
You're most welcome. I'll be privileged to ask you some few questions as we continue chatting, and I also get to learn more from you, as we also get to learn more from us, the youth. You've recently joined Plan International, but Plan has been around for 85 years. Why did you join, and what do you see as the organization's biggest achievement so far?
I mean, firstly, I just want to appreciate you, Nelly.
Thank you.
I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I got to know Nelly yesterday in an ice-breaking session, and today she went a little bit further ahead in trying to share with us her personal story.
Yes.
You inspire me, you inspire a lot of people in this room and outside of this room.
Thank you so much.
And so thank you very much for being the powerful voice representing a very vibrant group into our society. It is because of the inspiration that we see from you, Nelly, that attracted me in this work that I do. Before coming to Plan, I was engaged in other organizations that are focused on bringing change and transformation to children and young people. And so coming into Plan is the realization that that purpose and that mission is still not accomplished. And I would like to contribute to that change and transformation in bringing in that fulfillment in the lives of children and in the lives of young people, and particularly girls, who inspire us just like you, Nelly. I'm delighted that I'm able to contribute, make a meaningful contribution to that change and transformation. And now, by extension, all of us today here, and even those who are not in this audience, are keen to bring that change and transformation in what we do. Thank you.
Yes. Very excellent. Like the questions you're answering, I don't know at first if you first read them or you had a dream about them, but we are going to know very soon. Plan International is here to serve children. What is your most memorable moment for you as a child, your childhood moment where you not forget and be like, this is one of the biggest moments. I was very happy and I enjoyed it.
Nelly, I'm a child of this country. I was born here, bred here, went to school here in my formative years. I left this country as a result of conflict. I'm delighted to be back in this country. But you asked me a direct question. What is my memorable experience as a child growing up here? And I want to say this because it is important that you hear this. I never had an opportunity to play as a child. One of the reasons that we do this work is, and what motivates me so much, is learning through play. I never had an opportunity to learn those skills and play as a child because of the trauma and because of what I endured as a child growing up. So my memory today, when I share with young people, and let me bring it back home and share with my family, and some of us today, Nelly, we are put into the context of doing psychometric tests. And I always joke with colleagues who share these psychometric tests with us, and I say, how I wish that I was given the opportunity to learn the skills through play as a child. I will be flying in these psychometric tests, which I never had an opportunity. Now, I say that with tremendous humility, that as community, as parents, those of us who are sitting here today and even those from the outside, we have to give children an opportunity to play and sharpen their skills through play. It is incredibly important in those formative years. That is my memorable life now. It's memorable because I never had it. But I'm sharing it now that we should ensure that safe space for children to access that. Thank you very much.
Very correct. I think you should get a chance to sit just around children who are playing and just get that exciting moment. Now, when children play together, you feel so safe. You get the inner joy of you out of nowhere, and you really feel very free. Thank you so much. Plan International talks about girls standing strong, creating global change. What does that mean to you?
You know, I walked through the exhibition coming here, and I don't know if you saw the powerful stories that we had through the exhibition coming into this room. Those are stories of empowerment. Those are stories of change and transformation. Those are stories where children share their stories of fulfillment of life that impacts on their overall well-being. The young people that we see today are asking us that we need to give them the space to set the table, that they can be actively involved in setting the agenda for the future, for the present and the future.
Yes.
I was so much impressed that Plan is contributing towards this transformation in children, protecting the children's rights, give them a life in all its fullness, but also contributing to their well-being and shaping their future. And the young people that are present in this audience today, and even those who are out there, my plea is that we need to create that space and enabling environment for them to determine what that future looks like. It begins today by inviting them at the table and for them setting that agenda. And that is incredibly important. Our celebration today, Nelly, you explained it yourself in the podium a moment ago. We are celebrating those impactful stories, but the overall well-being of children and the communities that we seek to support. So I'm delighted that we're able to celebrate that, but also agree on a clear roadmap in what that future looks like. Delighted to be here to hear the testimonies and to contribute to it.
I'm a testimony for that. Well, the Plan International Uganda strategy talks about girls being able to lead, decide, and learn. In your views, what contribution can a girl like me make? How can my voice be included?
Wow. With tremendous humility, I want to say this with an open heart. If we don't embrace the whole idea that for us to see that change and transformation, girls have to be at the core of that change and transformation. You know, Nelly, you inspired me, I said that earlier. There are many powerful voices, just like yours, Nelly, outside there. We need to listen to those voices. We need to empower those voices. We need to create the space and enabling environment for you, Nelly. And I say this with humility because when we say young people, we of course say boys and girls. But COVID-19 happened, and we are still reeling from the impact of COVID-19.
Yes.
We see the influxes of refugees coming in, and we see the conflict and the protracted conflicts we see today. We are witnessing a hunger crisis in this continent today.
True.
Girls are disproportionately impacted. Let's face the truth. That is the truth today. And Nelly, before coming to Uganda, I was in Guatemala and El Salvador. And what I witnessed in Guatemala and El Salvador is shocking to me. Now, shocking because of the atrocities and because of the extreme violence that is meted on girls and young people through gang violence. Now, I sit here today in saying that all of us, in solidarity, what can we do to empower the girl child to prosper? Just like you, Nelly, it is possible. We can move that needle. Together, we can make it happen.
True. They say together we stand, for all we can make a change. Really very impressive and touching. One day I wish to be the CEO of an organization like Plan International. What is your own advice to help me get there?
Nelly, you are a great leader today. There are many out there that aspire to become leaders. So my message is probably simple, but it may appear far-fetched, but it is simple. Create your own boundaries and stay within those boundaries yourself. And let no one tell you that it is impossible. And maintain the discipline. So 3 things. Create your own boundaries, stick to those boundaries, and let no one tell you that it is impossible, because in you it is possible.
True.
And maintain the discipline. Then sky is the limit. That is all you have to do. This is not far-fetched, this is true. So I'm delighted that we're able to have this conversation. And I just want to, Nelly, if you allow me, to thank the partners who have joined us here today. Momentarily, I'll be speaking to some of those issues and the work that we do together. But I would like to acknowledge that this celebration is driven by young people, and the young people are at the core of this celebration, and the young people in Uganda are at the core of determining what their future looks like. And I just want to say this, perhaps, if you allow me, Nelly. Early this morning, I met the powerful voice of the Minister for Gender, Labor and Social Development, who is with us here today. And I was so encouraged by her message of solidarity, message of partnership, message of holding hands together, and message of saying that if we accompany the children and the young people, then we can make it happen, not only in Uganda, but all over the world. That is the most inspiring message that I got today in my engagements this morning. I'm delighted that we are here today to celebrate that, and hoping that, of course, the future is brighter for all of us in Uganda. Thank you very much, Nelly.
You're most welcome. Thank you very much for the advice you've given me. This does not only go to me, but also to my fellow brothers and sisters out there who are passionate in becoming leaders. We only have to follow the best advice given to us and follow our dreams, that you are strong, and no matter what comes your way may be tough, but out of that toughness, there's something you get to gain out of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stephen Omolo. Back to you, Malaika.
All right, this is like television. I receive you back to me right here on the stage. Hey, that's so cool, eh? Okay, the weather is fine? All right, great, back to me. Thank you so much, Apili. Thank you so much, Mr. Stephen Omolo. Such wise words that I hope that we have taken to heart and have taken a few notes, especially when it comes to the boundaries that he talks about. Let no one tell you you can't. My ladies, my girls out there, I mean, let no one ever tell you you can't. Why? Because just for that reason, you can. Do you get what I mean? Exactly for that. Now, it is my absolute honor and pleasure to be your living, walking, and talking human program. And I would like to let you know what is coming up. Coming up next on our, on our strategy launch, we will be having a word from our guest of honor. We'll be unveiling the mural, and we'll be getting an explanation from the artist and a member of Plan International Uganda. Then we'll have some more entertainment and networking. Please do not leave immediately. We want to be able to talk to each other, exchange numbers, ideas, and share what we've learned today. Right now, allow me welcome the Assistant Commissioner, Children and Youth Affairs, Mr. Mondo Chateka, all protocol observed, to then welcome our guest of honor to give her remarks. A round of applause for Mr. Mondo Chateka. All protocol observed. Not yet, guys. Oh, God. Okay. The good thing about being a living, walking program, I can be adjusted and changed. It's not written in stone. I have changed now. And now I'm going to invite Mr. Omolo, Mr. Stephen Omolo, who is our CEO for Plan International.
Malaika, thank you. Thank you very much, Malaika, for that. And what a wonderful, wonderful presentation. And delighted to be here. Honorable Minister for Gender, Labor and Social Development, Honorable Betty Among-Ongom, government representatives representing different ministries and the departments that we work with very closely in this country, Your Excellencies, the ambassadors and high commissioners who are here, representatives of the UN and the heads of agencies here, great to see my friend, the UNICEF representative here, heads of civil societies and NGOs, great to see my former colleague at World Vision who is here, the national director, delighted to be here. Members of parliament, honorable members of parliament that engaged with in the morning and those who did not engage with in the morning and are here today, all the different distinguished guests representing different institutions who are here, but even for those who link to this session outside of this room today, our staff, led by our great national director, Iveta. Wow, what a wonderful, wonderful celebration. And the team of volunteers who have been with us here, working with Plan International in Uganda, friends of Plan in Uganda, and just a special moment to recognize the young people, Nelly and colleagues, young people who are here, those who we are working with. I just want to recognize you, that you are shaping our present and you are indeed shaping the future. And above all our program participants and the work that we do with the communities over the last 30 years and looking forward to the next decade plus. Ladies and gentlemen, now, I follow the protocol because I think it is really important to follow that protocol. And I follow that protocol, of course, with the recognition that the partnership that we have in this country with all the partners that I have mentioned, and even those that perhaps have not mentioned, and apologize in advance, is what has made this possible over the last 30 years. So a big welcome to this celebration. And Iveta, our national director, mentioned the 3 building blocks why we are here today celebrating. Iveta shared with us that we are celebrating our 30 years, accompanying the people of Uganda, bring that change and transformation. 30 years, it's not been an achievement. I left this country many years ago, beyond 30 years. But Iveta also shared with us that we are celebrating our 85 years of existence as Plan International globally. And above all, we have set a very clear roadmap of what we want to do in collaboration with the government and the people of Uganda in making those bold next steps for the children and the young people in this country. When I began my tenure in office early this year, one of my first conversations was with the group of young people, because I wanted to remain true to the purpose of this organization, that we are truly youth-centered. And in my conversation with a young youth activist from Nigeria, she reminded me that, Stephen, if there is one thing that you'll have to count after your tenure in office, is what contribution have you made and what transformation has you made for the young people in the world. My second conversation when I started was with the daughter of the founder of Plan International, Debbie. Debbie and I had a conversation because I wanted to go to the background of this great organization. And I asked Debbie, that was at the peak of the Ukraine crisis, and I asked Debbie, in your own point of view, when you see the influx of refugees out of Ukraine into Poland, Moldova, Romania, and other places, what is the difference between what you see today and what happened in 1937? And she looked at me with teary eyes and told me, Stephen, there's no difference. The only thing that I see that is different is the fabrics of the refugees when they cross the borders and what they carry. That is the only difference. 85 years. So that is what we see today. Protracted conflict that is causing massive displacement and people forced to flee into countries that open their borders. And Uganda is one of the countries that have opened its borders to receive refugees. Some of us left this country because we were fleeing conflict as well. Me, not some of us, me, standing here before you. So we know what conflict is, and we know the impact of conflict. Now, that conversation with Debbie was profound because it was a stark reminder that Plan was created out of conflict. Plan International was created out of conflict. And when I was going through the exhibition, and I took a snapshot of one of the stories told by a child that we are supporting, and a story of a child in her own view. And we were told very clearly about the beginning from the Luero Triangle of Plan International in Uganda. And that child is telling us, and if you go back there in the exhibition, you're going to see it, that thank you, Plan, for giving me dignity. Thank you, Plan, for giving us shelter. And thank you, Plan, for giving us food. There are many times where you tell children to tell their stories. They are not false. Children don't lie like adults. Children say the truth. When you hear stories from children, it is unbroken, it is from the heart. That is what that child remembers of the contribution that Plan is making in this country. And so as we embark on this roadmap in setting out our strategy for this country, I want to acknowledge with utmost appreciation the role of the government. Earlier today, I had engagements with the minister who has been gracious enough to come and be our chief guest today. And then I had a session with parliamentarians. And I want to say this with an open heart. I just came back from Guatemala and El Salvador to witness the great work that we do in Central America. Then I come to Uganda, and each and every meeting that I attended, I did not have to explain what Plan is doing in this country. Instead, I was being told that don't worry, you are in safe hands in this country, you are doing a marvelous job. Speaker after speaker. But I want to say this. If truly we are concerned about the well-being of children and the well-being of the young people, we need to join hands in solidarity with the powerful voices of Honorable Minister who is here, who has been bold enough and as a champion and advocate, speaking out boldly about empowerment and about issues of gender inequality. I joked with the Honorable Minister this morning that I did a bit of research to track her leadership journey. And I was thrilled that she is quite outspoken on issues gender, on issues of young people, and the work that we need to do collectively to bring about that change and transformation. Finally, I believe very strongly that that change will not happen if young people are on the sidelines. Young people have got to be at the core of that change and transformation. So I want to thank you very much, the government. I want to thank you very much, our partners who have accompanied us. I want to thank you very much that even as we work in this very complex and uncertain environment, which is truly ambiguous, that we are able to sit here today, not only in celebrating the impacts of what we've created together in this country, but in agreeing to hold hands in solidarity to shape that future and ensure the well-being of children and the young people in this country. Wonderful, well done. Thank you very much indeed. Malaika, sorry I've taken much of your time, but I thought this was very important to share here, and delighted that I'm able to do this in the country. And Malaika, you asked me earlier, and I want just to say this, the discipline I got from Father Graham in Amasagali stays with me today.
Oh, wait, Mr. Stephen Omolo. You see, me, I told you, you're who you are, the 5 people you surround yourself with. So, photographer, please take this picture. Right. Seize opportunities wherever they are. There we go. He did tell you. We are in the presence of so many important people and dignitaries, and I would like to appreciate each and every single one of you. But I would also like to take this opportunity, if I mention you, just give a wave to the people to recognize the Assistant Commissioner, Children and Youth Affairs, Mr. Mondo Chateka. Hello, sir. There he is. And then we also have the Executive Director, World Vision Uganda, Jashan Evans. Hi, sir. How are you? We have also the Commissioner, who I found, Dr. Jessica. We're already best friends now. Hello, Doctor. It's good to know the Commissioner, Maternal Children, that's MCH. I would also like to recognize the different honorables that we have in our presence. We do have Honorable Kanushu Laura. Honorable Kanushu Laura. We have Honorable Birigwa Nora. Honorable, thank you so much for coming, looking lovely. We have Honorable Sharon Laker. You know, when I was in Gaza High School, my neighbor was a girl called Laker, but we used to call her Laker. So are you also called Sharon Laker? I love it for you. Then we have Honorable Rabushaja Margaret. It's a powerful thing. Honorable Shaija Margaret. We also have Honorable Mahoka Margaret. There she is. Good to see you, Honorable. We have Honorable Joel Sebikali, sorry. Honorable Joel Sebikali. There we go. Honorable Sarah Opendi. I have met on different occasions, and I don't think she knows how many selfies I have with her, but it's a whole album. I really admire the work you do. I really, truly do. And we also have Honorable Flavia Kabahenda. Is Honorable Flavia here? Thank you so much for being here. Honorable Flavia Kabahenda is the chairperson, Gender Committee of Parliament. And I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you to join me on the stage to welcome our honorable guest of honor, Honorable Betty Amongi, all protocol observed. Doesn't she look pretty in pink? Lovely. It's a floral event. If you don't have your flowers, as we got the assignment right. Welcome, Honorable. Thank you.
The Honorable Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development and the Chief Guest for this function, the Honorable Members of Parliament, the Chairperson of the Uganda Parliamentary Forum on Children, the Commissioners, Minister of Gender, Dr. Jessica, my friend, members who have come from the different agencies, our development partners and sponsors, Plan, World Vision, and others that have not been introduced to me, ladies and gentlemen, of course without even forgetting media, which is a cross-cutting issue here. I would like to take this honor, Honorable Chief Guest, now that I've been introduced as the chairperson of the Committee on Gender, Labour and Social Development, and the Children's Department is one of those that we oversee. I would like to take this singular honor and pleasure to raise you up and you come and you share your wisdom with the people here tonight. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the honorable members of parliament. When you introduce members of parliament, I realized that you left the neighbor of Sarah, the Honorable Hope Grania, member of parliament for Mubende. I want to thank the Plan Uganda, the UN fraternity that are here, all of you, in your various capacities. The children, I don't know whether they're here or not, or they are teenagers. Are they children or they are teenagers? Huh? They are children also here. The youngest being how old? 16. Those are, okay. For UNICEF, that is still a good child. For an African, that is a woman. So when I was coming, I moved through the exhibition. And they explained to me that Plan Uganda was started by a journalist who was, I think, confronted with the impact of war on children and chose to leave journalism and adopt and foster children that were impacted by war. And from then onwards, he built the organization that has globally existed for 85 years. I think it's an amazing story. and to the children who are here, or teenager and all of us. It's significant because it indicates that just one vision of one person who is brave enough to get up and say, I will transform this dream into a plan and a program, ends up touching so many people, and for so long, if that dream is a dream worth pursuing. So for the children here, the teenager, this person who dreamt 85 years ago has made us be here today. I think that's a powerful story behind Plan Uganda. I want to thank Plan Uganda for the work you've done in Uganda for 30 years and the strategy that brings us here today, which builds on the results of the achievements of the past strategy. And for those who moved through the exhibition with the various programming, we can really, really be witnesses to the great work that you've done, the great contribution that you've made. And on behalf of government, I want to thank you for the partnership, the work that has focused on social development and human capital and the children for this country. I want to thank you and say the investment that you have undertaken focusing on children, the children who are our future, is an investment that is worthwhile. And as government, we focus on human capital. This year's budget, 45.5%, is focusing on the human capital development. And human capital development is education, health, and social sector. These are sectors that looks at the newborn, from the family to the childhood care, to education, to health, and it is the sector that you've been working and continue to work to achieve remarkable achievements in areas of education for the children and many other programs, including reproductive, maternal, newborn, child, adolescent health services, and all the programs that we have witnessed today. And therefore, our focus as government is to ensure that we support right from the families, right from communities, all the ingredients that can facilitate a child to grow in an healthy, conducive environment, and that the schools should give space for the child to thrive from the beginning, to attain the quality education, that homes must be free from violence, that communities should not exploit children, and that there should be smooth transition from school to work and from work to adulthood that gives a conducive environment for the lives of our young children. That remains the cornerstone of your focus as an organization. Therefore, as you implement your new strategy, which focuses on increasing opportunities for girls and boys to ensure that they learn through quality education, early childhood education programs, equipping them with skills to earn, to decide, providing them with knowledge, information that will enable them to break barriers and harmful practices and social norms in community. I want to implore you that we continue with our partnership together as a team that has been close to the Ministry of Gender and to Ministry of Education, where we share a lot of programs between us and education, that we continue to work together so that we can strive to make the future of our children more of a future that is worth desiring. We must together ensure that parents and communities are more engaged, are more responsive to issues that affect their children's development and overall well-being, and that we adopt to the positive practices that support the development of children. It is so disheartening for people who are on social media when we see this kind of violence meted on children. I think the latest one is someone, I think 2 days ago, or even a day, 2 days or 3 days ago, where a real mother was videoed torturing a child. Was it 2 years? 4 years? 2 years. And that's the mother. But I was happy that the communities themselves, the neighbors themselves, and these are neighbors who are not so much educated, but with the phone was able to video the mother torturing her daughter and sent it to the LC1. And the LC1 escalated it to police, and police arrested. But what does that show us? That when you empower communities to know what is wrong and what is right, the vigilance will be with the community. The community will be the social structure that will protect the children and report violence and any irresponsible behaviors from parents and others. And we are seeing more and more family members, we are seeing more and more neighbors reporting cases of child abuse, early child marriages. I had the last 1 month, I have had around 7 cases from Western Uganda of child marriages. And when you talk to them, when they are reported, they say it's our culture. Did you see the one that abducted a young girl for marriage from Liantonde? Was that Liantonde? Western Uganda. When we went to talk about, when we arrested, went to the aunties, my Minister of State went up to the auntie who participated and facilitated the abduction of the girl. And what did they explain? Is our culture. Recently, a girl of 15 years, again from Western Uganda, let me not say Western Uganda, it's Kalzo district. For those who are on social media, I think you could have also seen it. They videoed the girl, and the parents and the aunties are the ones saying, are you ready? And seated with a man of 47 years, 15-year-old girl, taken for marriage. So the cases we receive from our Sauti line, we have a line called Sauti. The report that we get every day and weekly is worrying, especially in areas of teenage pregnancy, forced marriages, issues of violence against children are worrying. And I want to commend communities and families and people out there who now are vigilant, are reporting, and we require concerted efforts to support all structures of society, including the police, because they are the enforcers. They have to enforce, to support them, and we are partnering with them and supporting them to respond to such tragedies. Therefore, I'm glad that the strategy we are launching today identifies the need to put more strategic emphasis on girls, young women, and those with disability. We have witnessed firsthand the impact of COVID-19 on girls where there are now low attendance of certain classes. We are doing analysis. There are low attendance, reduction in a lot of level of education, increase in sexual exploitation, HIV/AIDS, then drug abuse. Many children and young people are now having drug abuse. So we must work together to tackle harmful social norms that limit progress of girls and young women in education and all the sectors that are enumerated in your programming and in your strategy. And therefore, on behalf of government, I want to assure you of our unwavering support, commitment in ensuring that implementation of this strategy is collaborative and that together we implement it within our legal and policy framework and ensure that institutions are supported to do that. I therefore call all of you who are here, partners and non-partners, to be vigilant, to partner with Plan Uganda so that we deliver this through social mobilization. I want to end by thanking so much Plan Uganda, the honorable members of parliament. You play a very big role in the supporting the legal framework, the budget, to ensure that we succeed when we want to make such intervention. And everybody, the UN fraternity, those who have supported the plan, I want to thank you for the support that you continue to give. And with that, I want to end by saying we are all potential of being abused. I want to end by my own personal story. When I was in P7, I sat primary 7. When I sat P7, as I was waiting for my exam, my uncle looked for a very, in the trading center, they are rich, the business people who deal in produce, who was very rich, and said, why are you continuing to pay for this girl when this man wants to marry her? At P7. And my parents, because you know, the issue is that in society or in villages, you are not the father of a child alone. The child is for community. So they came and told my parents, but why are you continuing to pay for this girl when there is a rich man who wants to marry her? So because my father could not resist, he just woke up one morning, carried me in his bicycle, and took me to my sister, who was in Lira, and said, you stay here, study, don't come back to the village until you have failed to study. So from P7, I finished, I went to O-level, and so from O-level, I joined a congregation to be a nun. Yes! Don't you see how the veil would have fitted me? So O-level, I would study and would not go back home. All my holidays, I stayed in the convent. I finished, and I passed very well, went to Secretariat Girls' School, and stayed in another convent at that school until I finished A-level. And I passed very well from Secretariat Girls, came to Makerere University. That's where I failed to become a nun. So what am I saying? I am saying that there are so many girls out there whose decision of a parent can change their life forever. For me, it's the decision of my father, who decided to smuggle me out of the village and took me to my sister. That's why today I stand here as a minister to speak with you. So I want to ask parents that please stand up for your children, stand up for your girl children, make them pursue their dream and let it not be you to sabotage their dream. I thank you and congratulate Plan Uganda.
I'm going to ask, could we have another round of applause? This was more than a speech. This was inspiration right here, the Honorable Minister. We thank you so much. You know, there's a saying, they say, give a man a fish and he will always ask, but teach him to fish and he will never get hungry. And I feel like that's what you've done for us today and what Plan International is doing every single day, making sure that you're empowered and you know what to do. Now my question is, Honorable, that rich man, where is he now? Has he seen you? Has he seen that you're an honorable? Huh? I hope he knows. All right, well, now it's a special occasion. We're going to invite, we see with Plan International, we don't do things kawaida, meaning simple. It's elevated. So we're going to launch the strategy, country strategy, but in a cool way. Can you tell them how?
Well, this one will be very, very special and very special. I'll speak to you about the experience I have about it. We are launching it today, but it has been a struggle for Owechitiibwa. Owechitiibwa taught us what art is. All of us were like, I love drawing, but I think I cannot draw. But after that, we all got to know that art is part of us. Art is our inner feeling. The way you can write is the same way you can draw. So that is what we are launching here today. And I'm very honored to welcome Owechitiibwa Nuwa Wamala Nyanzi on stage.
And in addition to Owechitiibwa, I would like to invite our CEO, Mr. Stephen Omolo, to join us, the country director, Ms. Iveta, our girl representatives. We can have Stacia, Farida, and Apili to join us. We'll also have the representative for UNICEF to the Republic of Uganda, Mr. Mohammed El Munir, to please join us, and Honorable Sarah Opendi, the chairperson of WARPA, that's Uganda Women's Association, Parliamentary Association. Please join us as we take this momentous occasion to unveil the 5-year strategy, country strategy for Plan International Uganda for the year 2023 to 2027. Do we have all the people present? If you could get closer to each other. Could I have Juliet on standby? All right, everyone, closer for the picture moment. There we go, closer for the picture moment. But how can I miss? Back to work? Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are unveiling a mural that is explaining the country strategy for the next 5 years. And I'm going to count down from 5 because it's 5 years. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! Congratulations, and this is a mural, but I'm sure everyone loves how beautiful it looks, but there's an explanation. I'm going to hand over to the artist who actually did this. Can we have another photo moment with now the picture that has been unveiled? Big smiles. A photo moment. If we could have a photo moment. Big smiles, this is the moment. It is here, the 5-year strategy, country strategy, which is the official camera. Manga, others are just for social media. We want the one for newspapers, that one in purple, the gentleman in the purple. There, you don't want to appear in the newspapers when you are blinking, looking funny. Over how? Yes. Are we good? Taking your pictures? The honorables, I'm going to ask everyone to take a seat except for Owechitiibwa Nuwamala Nyanzi and Juliet, who is a project manager. She leads at Plan International Uganda, to explain to us, what are we looking at?
The young people say hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, I still need to get the attention of everyone off this art piece and say hip hip hooray. Yes, it's hip hip hooray for the girl child today. And what we want to see in the next 5 years is all girls standing strong and causing global change. Can we say it together? All girls standing strong and causing global change. One more time with your hand up. All girls standing strong and causing global change. Wow! Now the piece that you are seeing here, I am privileged to be with the one and only Nua Owechitibwa Nyanzi. Colleagues, this is the man who moved all over Uganda to let us know what it means for all girls to stand strong and cause global change. Owechitibwa, tell us the story beyond this mural.
Thank you very much, Juliet. My name is Noah Mala Nyanza. I'm a visuals practitioner. God taught. I didn't go to school to study art, but by the grace of God that I'm an artist. Briefly, I'll tell you, I became an artist because I had no better thing to do. So for lack of better things to do, I became an artist. I was on the Nairobi streets. I met a friend of mine who said the only way you can survive in Nairobi is by making batiks. I asked him, that was Dan Sekanwaji, how do you make batiks? He didn't know, and I didn't know, but we had to find out the hard way. And I would like to validate Malaika's assertion that her parents gave her that name long before she was born. It's true. Malaika had her name before she was born, but now the challenge was on the mother's side because she was given only 2 names. Malaika Nanyanzi, she didn't have any male name. So when she went into labor, her worry was, what if this baby turns out to be a boy? But when the father was asked the same question, he said, but you don't plant beans and expect bananas. So the father knew exactly she was going to be a girl, and she would look like his mother, and that's what Malaika turned out to be. She looks exactly like her grandmother. And the noise she makes, the jokes and everything, is the true character of Erina Bachayaya, after whom she was named at work. Back to this art piece is a collaboration between the planners, the planned for, and the spectators. The planners from the country office had a session of art. They did art, some of them for the first time, and worked together and produced art pieces. Some of them, you'll be seeing them up there. And then for the planned for, we had to go to Kamuli, Lira, Jumani, Yumbe, and Rhino, and then Nebi, and then back. But all that time we are gathering suggestions and ideas. When we came back to Kampala, we interacted with the young children, the young people, the ones you saw here, who also did their piece. So after that, I was charged with creating a piece that would capture motion and emotion of what I had seen and what the strategy, or the country's strategy would be or would appear. I would like to thank my other daughter, Solomon, who first of all believed in me in 2010 and commissioned me to do another piece of a strategic plan. And when I did it, that is the one which probably attracted Juliet to recommend me to create a piece for Plan International. What is art's role in development? One, it informs, it entertains, it educates, and it offers therapy. With this piece, the workers of plan will not need to go back to the archives and look for papers where they wrote what they want to do, but they'll be just looking at the piece and be able to remember exactly what was happening at that particular time. It has happened before, it's going to happen again. What you are seeing here is dictated by feelings as shared and suggestions. But in art, it is not how you draw, it is what you draw and what you intend to do. I would like to leave this to you to decide, was it a successful venture? If not, that's not you don't blame me for it, blame the hands that painted. But if you think I communicated effectively, then I get the credit for it. Glory be to God. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Another round of applause for Owechitibwa Nuwamala Nyanzi. Thank you so much for really doing us so proud. Now my role is to take you a little bit into understanding what is ahead of us. And I'm going to do this very fast because you have already interacted with the pillars around you. Come on, just look in front of you. It is saying decide. Do we see decide here? It is saying learn. Do we see learn here? It is saying lead. Do we see lead here? Do we see this reflecting the actual issues that Plan International Uganda and all other key stakeholders in inclusion of what the Right Honorable just mentioned here, being included into the new country strategy? I will draw your attention to the very first center. Under LAN, we have menstrual hygiene management, and all the ladies will know what exactly that is. Do you? I know you do. Yes. And then we have people supporting a ladder. We believe in gender equality, that both men and women can be very strong pillars to uphold the success of a girl child. You will see positive parenting. Do you see positive parenting? A gentleman and ladies seated right there with the children next to a walkway. I know you're looking at me, but that is what I am talking about. Do you see it? Good. And I can see children playing. We believe that in LAN, we should create a very positive environment for children to learn happily, not when they are stressed and violated. We look ahead and we see what you call a heart. It has youth-friendly space. The young people are saying that for adolescent girls to enjoy quality, sexual reproductive health and rights services, information and education, they need youth-friendly space and corners. And it is in form of a heart because this comes right from the settlement area where they feel the space is not there. We have a violence-free school. We believe that children can still learn without being violated. Has anybody seen the ECD Center? That represents early childhood development. We have sexual and reproductive health services for the young people. Ladies and gentlemen, and as we go to the top, from land to decide, and there we lead, we see all girls standing strong with a toolkit, all girls being empowered and having all that they require to cause global change. And as you wind up, you will see many hats there. You will see violence-free homes. We are tired of gender-based violence. That's what the girls and young women are saying. We are tired of moving far to come to school. Those are teachers' quarters. We also recognize a generation that is growing highly in internet technology and connectivity. You can see the mast, you can see the connectivity and the internet that we do need as young people to grow, to thrive, to learn, to lead, and decide. I know that I cannot tell this story and stop right here, but I want to give an opportunity to people who can tell it better. And join me to welcome Iveta Uvri to come and give us the closing remarks. And I know that you have your own story. Maybe you have to do this.
Not yet. Thank you so much. Thank you. Can we give a round of applause to our great artist and Julie, who was absolutely excited about this. Isn't this great? This is exactly how you switch it up. By the time you go home, you're not going to forget what you've learned. You're not going to forget to decide. And you're not going to forget to be a leader. I want to tell you something very small about Jackie Chan. Do you guys all know the actor Jackie Chan? You know Jackie Chan. You know how wealthy that man is from all the movies he has done. Do you know what he decided? He said for all his wealth, all of it, when he dies, he's leaving it to charity, not to a single one of his children. He told his children, I gave you education, I gave you the best things, make your own money. So, Plan International has done their part. They've educated us, they have shown us, now it's our turn to use that information and do better for ourselves. Cindy, isn't that right? Now, coming up before we do have Iveta, we have a very, very lovely performance that is the thematic song about the country's strategy. This song is by one of the greatest musicians, composed by her, one of the greatest musicians East Africa has ever seen. The first time we saw her was those days of Coca-Cola pop stars. But now she has grown into a great musician and great artist, and she composed this song specifically for this day because she's proud of what Plan International is doing. Ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the one, the only, Lillian Mbabazi.
How are you doing this evening? Come on. For the girl child, we can make some more noise. Plan International, how are you doing? I am so humbled that you came to me, you know, like to just create something about the girl child. I'm a mother of a beautiful young girl, and I want her to have the best, to learn, to lead, and also to decide. So I hope you guys enjoy this song. Thank you. Girls can choose what they want to be. In this world they can thrive, breaking down barriers, yeah. They deserve to be respected. They deserve to be protected and nurtured. So let girls learn, let girls lead, let girls decide. Songs for you. You are enough. You are enough. Yeah. You have the right to choose the life you need. Stand strong. Stand firm. Oh, listen. We got the power. We got the power. The future in our hands. The future in our hands. No backing down. No backing down. Oh. Forward we move. Forward we move. Yeah, yeah. Listen. So let girls learn. Let girls lead. enough. Yeah. You have the right to choose the life you need. Stand strong, stand firm. Oh. One more time. Girls around the world, this song's for you. You are enough. You are enough. You have the right to choose the life you need. Stand strong, stand firm. Let's go. Hey! Girls around the world, this song's for you. You are enough. You are enough. Yeah, yeah. You have the right to choose the life you need. Stand strong, stand firm. Oh. Girls around the world, this song's for you. Stand strong, stand firm. Oh, you have the right to choose the love you need. Stand strong, stand firm. Oh, girls around the world, this song's for you. You are enough. Say you are enough. Girls around the world, this song's for you. Stand strong, stand firm. And I wrote a little something for you guys. And for all of us, stand up for girls and for equality. Stamp out violence, harmful practices, discrimination. Because when the girls win, we are all stronger. Causing a global change, everybody. Thank you.
Round of applause. Another round of applause. You need to understand that is an original composition by Lillian and Babazi for this specific moment. I love the moment when she says, girls lead, girls learn, girls decide. Stand strong, stand firm. Girls, have you heard this? To all my gentlemen out there who are fellow supporters of the movement, we appreciate you because we only do this together. Isn't that so? And I'm sure after today, we're all walking away learning something, making sure that you either learn, decide, or lead. Allow me welcome our country director, Ms. Iveta, to give us some closing remarks before we get into the networking session.
Thank you, Malaika. So for those of you who have spent evening with us, you gathered that in Plan International Uganda, we like to do things differently, right? Our country strategy launch was not a typical country strategy launch. So my closing remarks are also not going to be the traditional remarks. And I'm going to use this time to say, what is actually Plan International? What is actually Plan International Uganda? Without its people, without its team, without its staff, it's nothing. It's just a name. So as I stand here and closing this event, I would like to express my deepest, deepest appreciation to all Plan International staff, those who are with us here tonight, and those who are in different corners of Uganda, getting up every morning, working hard throughout the day, so we can deliver on our mission and meet our goal. They are the people who make it happen. It's not me. You know, I get credit, but it's not me who is doing the daily work that makes a difference in life of girls, boys, children, and young people in Uganda. So if I may ask all of you to give the last applause, the last clap, not to me, but to the people of Plan International Uganda. Please join me. Thank you, team, for amazing work, which was reflected in this event. It's an amazing event. So once again, thank you so much.
I'm sorry, Pili and I have a request. Photographer.
Hey, oh yeah. Girls can choose what they want to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, would like to appreciate each and every single one of you for coming out on a school night. We do appreciate you, but right now it's a networking session. And I'd like to take this opportunity to reintroduce ourselves as we say bye.
Well, thank you so much for your time, for your everything, for your support. I remain Apili Nelly.
And my name is Malaika. I truly appreciate you all. Catch you tomorrow 3 to 7 p.m. on Capital FM.
This song's for you. You are enough. You are enough. Yeah. You have the. Yeah. Oh yeah. Girls can choose what they want to be. In this world that can thrive, breaking down barriers, yeah. They deserve to be respected. They deserve to be protected and nurtured. So let girls learn, let girls lead, let girls decide.
So ladies and gentlemen,
Girls around the world,
hey, check it out.
this song's for you. You are enough. You are enough. Yeah. You have the right to choose the life you need. Stand strong. Stand firm.
So, are we here? I'm back, and now we want to entertain you guys, give you some Lily and Babazi music. Are you ready for that? Oh, boo. All right, let's do this. Kutonya oli olinge munyenye obudde bwe buziba oli wanjawulo oli unbelievable oli nebyokola byawufuuku byabalala owampadde omuwaaga omaze hani ne boddeeka watsabuza netiwaaga yangu wankulinzeka ye kumobudde kabobojja sebwenkuyita kabobojja bwemba nkutijisa tofayo bwegwenkulembeza oliweka mu kiti kyo anti nfumba bwendoza nebona bobawala manya nkulinze yita mupanya abate mukuku wayite wala bambade maliba gandiga buli lwodda mugana mpulira obuwombi nga nkwesunga ebyange bye bibyo jakumbikuwe bwe nkuyita bwe bwoba ojja se bwe nkuyita se bwe nkuyita bwe bwoba ojja oli mufuuse bincamula ate tolinga bantu balala onkubirako bebinemanya kubonokelewa nenkimanya kuma 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 obudde nange nange bukukumidde omwana mulabye akomawo uyo yakomawo omwana lengera akomawo uyo uyo se bwe nkuyita obojja gojja kundaba gojja kundaba baby Yeah. Plan International, thank you so much for inviting me to spend your day, your evening. And I'm always going to be here when you call because I love the girl child. It's a big passion of mine. Right now, doing this song. It's one of my favorite songs. Wana kwe kunuma singe nandira mutima ekuwa bulamu lwesikula byekonendwala lotulo natumbula jagala jagala mpulira jagala funa tulosebo teka mutima go jagala jagala mpulira jagala funa tulolero teka mutima go jagala jagala mpulira jagala funa tulosebo teka mutima go Nechiro mutsumbi ebidoto nebyesomba Rimba womuka lwemanya nti ndizika Obukyakumacha omusana negwemmemula Ako negumbabula siraba mekirira Lwaki tonyamba nobireka Byobera kola noteka Mwana sasire nontasa Jagala tulo Teka mu mutima go Wade muli chomo sana negutaka. Wade buzi, sing it. Okujandi kulinda paka bole tusa. Okusala wonga se buena sala wo. Calling a medicine, calling a magician, oh money. Yesterday save I say, and today save I can, and tomorrow. Thank you. What song do you want? A radio song? Vitamin? But won't that mean that the show is ending? Huh? Won't that mean that the show is ending? But I want to first take you back. Do we have any Blue 3 fans here? Blue 3 fans are in the building? Yes, so. Okay, help me sing. Oh, oh, canta chante. Nice. Listen. Ono mwana mumatira na era watyo rebansa libata tandeka muziba bamweta irida balemesa yabalemo wange yabangamba lwa butogera temumana manda yamumatira mumuveko kati kale twafuuka balongo mukusaga. Well, let's go. Oh, oh, kanta chante. Woo! Lumya abatesi temuchika bambi okwagala. I'll give you another one. I'll give you another one. All right, let's go. This is my favorite Blue 3 song that we ever sang, by the way. So when that concert does happen, listen. Esanyu lyange obulamu bwange omutima gwange n'essuubi. Sing it. Amagezi gange byonna byenkola era mbikola lwakubeera gwe andi obwongo wego zemanyi Katino sitting at a board. La tawanya, we montomo tufu, kwensi videnze. Let's go, Semani. We made it kukwe bambe, abalala de basalaba. Bulishimu, shibata chinga sabo banga solinage. I want to invite Micah Baby. She's good. Kamanzi is on stage today. One of the most amazing singers I've met. Hey, we're gonna do a throwback for you. Are we ready? In my eyes, you sparkle like a star. When I dream of you, it's you I long to please. When you walk on by, I catch your scent and it's all that I have. No way to whip a bunch of wild and free. Sing it. Nakutamani penzi wangu, unaenda pia. Baby, I'm thinking of you. I wanna be right there where you are. I wanna be right in your arms. I kiss on my lips every morning is all I want. Where you are, where you are, oh, baby, where you are. Sing, come on, sing. Roni, unanijaza nicheni, natamani kuwa right there where you are, baby, unanijaza nicheni. Feeling inside, find a place we can go. I'll be lost in your arms, touch me where you desire. Baby, as long as you're here, I'm not afraid. Your love is all I desire. Show me paradise. Thank you, Kamanzi.
Which radio song do you want? Huh? You are sweeter than cocoa. You're the salt in my soup. Baby, you are sweeter than cocoa. You're the salt in my soup. Are you ready? Tell me now, are you ready? Are you ready? Tell me now, are you ready? Are you ready? Tell me now, are you ready? Are you ready? Tell me now. Listen. Tell me what can I do? Baby, I'm missing you. Tell me what can I do? Baby, I'm missing you. Tell me what can I do? Baby, I'm missing you. Yeah. Waliwo bakugamba baby nze kyemmanyi ebikusiba amaso tokyambulira tokyanesiga labo zitaddemu ebikonso abogedde bingi basaba balabuyi betu bababiri basaba twawukane songa te zitebute nomutima mulwadde bebe. Boy, I know, yes, I know you know. Boy, I miss you every day. Nakwamini nakudata omutima gulyayo gwe gyosula kama mchana kama mvua. Oh, oh, nakwamini nakudata omutima gulyayo gwe gyosula kama mchana kama mvua. Oh, oh, oh. Rest in peace, radio. Congratulations on 30 years, Plan International. Hey, hey. You're making memories here. Let's go. She brings my memories up, oh yeah. Please, oh, he brings my memories up, oh yeah. Please, oh, he brings my memories up, oh yeah. Please, oh, he brings my memories up, oh yeah. You took my brain and my mind. Oh, my one no go so divine. To put you together, you're well of design. Oh, you need all more less, you're one of a kind. Don't see, so you want to me under. You not live me, now go lonely. Any situation, me no run away. Baby, me love you, you so lovely. He's on, he bring my memories up, oh yeah. He's on, he bring my memories up, oh yeah. He's on, he brings my memories up, oh yeah. He's on, he brings my memories up, oh yeah. Oh wow, your love is so wow, wow. No, now, my love is for you. Oh baby, you're the reason. Let me make my decision, yeah. Oh baby, you're the reason. My heart's in a condition good, oh. He's on, he bring my memories up, oh yeah. He's on, he bring my memories up, oh yeah. Now he's on, he brings my memories up, oh yeah. He's on, he brings my memories up, oh yeah. For me love you, me no know why. When me see you, my heart go high. In the morning, in the night, your love just blew me back so fast. Hey, oh boy, come closer to me. Our love is sweet harmony. Oh boy, you make me sing, oh yeah. Me nah go solo, come on, sing and call it. Boy, na na, One for the road. The one. That one is a fun. Yes. Can you get up and dance, everybody? Everybody. Mutima ndekanga kwesera we toko sweet chebaka hey sekuba pulira let's go munda mulire baby omusunja gunnuma oli kulolo kwene. Oh baby, only pizza baby. Oh suja gunuma, only kuloro kwini. Banji bakuba pulani, oh gani kawaga kwini. They don't know all the chai di majani. Oh mani na kuna zeswali, nganda kufunira sikani. Ana kukuba ngenda kubugane mukagani. Pempenga sweet singing kupula simati. Oh baby, hey, olive samini. Gunuma. Oh baby, olive samini. Gunuma, olikuloro kwini. Rock it down now. Sikuliba. Oh mulavie, oh mulava, oh valavie, oh valava. Sikuliba, hey, sikuliba. Oh mulavie, oh mulava, oh valavie, oh valava. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name has been Lily Babazi. I hope you had a great night. I wish you all the best. Looking forward to working with you in the future. God bless you.